What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, he back. And this is another episode of For Your Ambition. And today I got two of the hosts of Something for the People. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves real quick.
Cool beans, this is your boy B Hunt, aka the Silent Prophet.
This is Jeremy, aka Big Country, Loudmouth, basically everything. Trigger Man to some people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, I appreciate y'all for coming on, man. You know, taking some time out of y'all busy schedule to come talk to the ambitionists, man. And right now, we just gonna tap in and get y'all's, just gonna ask y'all some questions about the space y'all in. First, I'm gonna start off by asking what led to this point. How did y'all get on this journey to start Something for the People?
Well, I'm gonna let Jeremy go and tell them how it came about.
Well, we both went to the University of North Texas together. Yeah. And the thing is, we've always talked about like relationships, different things, Black people living life, you know, always trying to look and rise to that next level. So we actually did the first webcam cast a long time ago.
It was like 07, 08.
Yeah, somewhere around there, but we never put it out. I just put it on my Facebook.
No.
And then, like, as we got older, we were like, man, how come we never actually jump into it?
Mm-hmm. And then how come we never made that move turned into, you know what? I'm gonna buy some equipment. And, you know, I'm sure people thought I was joking, but if you've been around me long enough, I don't really joke that often with that type of stuff. So I just went out and, you know, threw some money at the situation, and voila, we recorded.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I see that. So I'm gonna ask individually, let the people know who we all are. Who is B Hunt? Who is Big Country? You know, just give us a little insight on who y'all are.
Oh, well, you know, if you know me from my personal life, you'd know big on family, you know, big on Black. You know, I'm really somebody who support Black, try to push Black as far as I can. Oh, that's my wife coming in. Y'all don't see her. She's off camera, but she just walked in. Either way, so when you're talking about B Hunt, it's more so action, trying to make stuff happen all the time. Focus on getting it done. That's what you got to do. So if we're talking about as far as Something for the People is concerned, yeah, I'm the host, but also I don't necessarily view myself as the voice of reason. I think that's more Jeremy's field. I'm more so, okay, let's bring a viewpoint to it that might, you know, cause you to see it a little differently than what you view it as, you know. So depending on the topic now, and, you know, I'm classic for trying to juxtapose two different situations. Like a go-to for me is a grocery store, because I feel like everyday things that we do on a consistent basis, you can always throw those in as examples for your relationship, you know. So it's just stuff like that. So sum it all up, I'm a family man, an entrepreneur, a constant learner, and a person who likes to see it from various different lenses.
Okay.
As for me, Big Country, man, I am me. Now, one of the main things I will say about me is I stick to what I say. I'm a man about my word. Anything I say I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do. I don't care what it is. When I was doing ignorant things, I was gonna do them ignorant things. I was that person that said I'm gonna do it. So when I say I'm gonna be successful by any means necessary, I'm gonna be successful.
Right.
So, like, I'm a father of two beautiful children. I have a beautiful wife that I love. A
lot of sauce. I have a beautiful wife.
I am anyway. I am the person that is basically, I tell you the honest truth of that you think, not what you tell someone, because one of the things people will say when I say things is like, oh, that's like so vulgar or so aggressive. And I'm like, this is the way certain people actually think. I don't deal in absolute, so I will never say everyone thinks this way, but the raw, real, uncut, filtered truth. Because sometimes we sugarcoat it so much that it's like it get lost in the mix when it's like, this is what it is. Like some people just won't accept what it is. They want it as what it could be.
Right.
So me, I am the person on the show that whether it's men or women, I don't believe in just taking men's side, but I don't believe in just taking women's side. I call a spade a spade.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And just being around both of y'all, man, I know y'all are very verbal, very outspoken people. You know, I know personally my boy B Hunter is a little more reserved, but when he get in front of that camera, he let loose.
I gotta tell the truth.
and from the moment I met you, country man, you ain't pulling no punches. You know what I'm saying? No
Hey,
filters,
I admit sometimes
no
I'm like, did he really say that? I'm like, okay, I know everybody don't say these certain things, but there's a lot of dudes that be saying it, and there's a lot of women that say it.
No.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And before we close today, I'm gonna have to get you to hit us with one of them analogies, B Hunt, because I know you the king of analogies out here. So
figure out what we're talking about, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna cook up something, and we're gonna figure out what the analogy
just
is.
throw it against the wall. We'll see what come up.
Okay. So
Okay.
how do y'all feel about like building y'all's brand? What's the avenue that y'all took, or what's the lane that y'all felt like y'all was gonna hit while building the brand?
So, I mean, because right now I really feel like we're still in the growing phase of it, and it's more so getting to the people. Because with social media and all that stuff going on right now, a lot of people feel like, oh no, as long as you keep putting out content, you know what I'm saying, people gonna keep filtering in. But I've seen more of a return on investment when you really getting out there and you talking to people, like whether it be face to face or if you hopping, like when you single people out, like no, I'm intellectually invested in what you have to say. It's just one person, and that might take it might be a longer road, but you know, I feel like the repeat people coming back, the retention rate on that is far higher. That's why we started the group for the people. And that's just so we could have that avenue to where, hey, we put these out here, and not only are we gonna give you what we feel about this instance or this situation, we want to hear exactly what you got to say. And then sometimes, you know, some people, like I was just talking about Dulcinea on the show a minute ago, a lot of her viewpoints on it coming from a woman's perspective and having the you know lenses that she puts on life, it can also alter how you might see it. It might, like I said, it gives you a different way to view a situation to where, hey, this might be, I might have been slightly off on this. Maybe I need to take this into account too. But giving people that ability to, I can reach him. I can, you know, he ain't just far off somewhere in the distance. No. If you want to talk to B Hunt, you want to talk to Big Country, you want to talk to the Don, you just hop on Facebook, hop on whatever social media platform you got. You can reach me. I ain't hard to find, you know. And I think that's when it comes to building a brand, a lot people invest in people and lifestyles. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I speak what I speak because I believe what I'm talking about. I live what I'm talking about. And that's, you know, that's what I feel like gets people coming and keeps them coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, I would just make mine short and sweet. My main thing is I look at our brand is we're giving people the truth. What happens a lot of times, you see a lot of people pandering. It's like, oh, well, I'm not going to be 100 with it. I'm not going to be honest about it because that's not gearing toward what I want. My thing is I believe in Black love. I believe in Black excellence. I believe in the Black culture and community. So in order for us to get to that level, we have to keep it 100 with each other. It's like, quit showing people that representative that, oh, right, you at the perfect status, you at all this stuff, men or women. And I'm like, if we start pushing that out more, maybe our community will rise to the occasion and see, hey, it's more than just either the money, either the cars. I don't know if we could say certain things on here, but
it's more than the status symbols.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
We're more than just little things here. We're supposed to be a lot of things, like not just the monoliths, like, oh, well, we're this or we're that. No, we're a great type of people. And I believe that we have to show all those things and be honest.
Right.
Okay. Yes, sir. And I mean, I could definitely see like y'all are funneling out a lot of information, whether it be, relationship wise, what's going on in the world, like people want to relate to certain things. And, when you tap into a certain demographic or a certain group of people, they tend to gravitate towards the information that you're giving out. So I for one want to say, I appreciate y'all for putting out the content that y'all putting out, you know what I'm saying? Cause y'all touching some people. So, just keep that up. I do want to ask, like, for people that are starting podcasts, what would be some advice that y'all would give them for beginners? Just touch on a little bit about that.
Start. Step one. That's the main thing I would tell you. One, start. Figure out any way, whether it's through your phone, through your computer, or something. But just start, because once you start, it's like, okay, now you can fine tune and do things like that. But if you don't ever start, all you're gonna do is talk about it.
When I look at it, and when I'm telling people, piggybacking what he said, look, if you keep on worrying about how dirty your room is, and that's why you can't clean it, you'll always have a dirty room, so you'll never do anything. Some stuff you just got to start messy. It's just because you don't have all the tools, you don't have all the knowledge. It's brand new. It's like a child learning to walk. Yeah, you're gonna fall. It's just part of it. It just come with it. It's some episodes where we lost audio, we lost video, we had glitches, we getting to a point now where stuff is a little more polished. It started looking a little better, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, it was a long road, but it all started with that first step. It all started with, hey, you know what? It ain't great, but it's more than what we had yesterday. You know what I'm saying? It's more than what when we started, shoot, we was on a what was it? Was it 12 megabit?
Yeah.
What, you know what I'm saying? Grainy, you can't really see my face because the lighting wasn't good, the reflection, it is what it is. But it was like, nah, it's something we took serious, something we really wanted to do. So if we want to do it, then I want you to find excuses as to why your excuses aren't valid. Like if you got an excuse as to why you can't get something done, make an excuse to say why that's still not gonna stop me. Yeah. Oh, my camera ain't good enough. Well, a lot of people camera wasn't good enough. So, and that'd be your excuse to just do it anyway. And that's what you got to do. You got to,
I definitely am one of them people that you speaking to, you know what I'm saying? Because I took so many excuses on why I couldn't start doing this, and I just had to, I think you sat me down and was like, bro, just do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just do it. I had about 1,000 complaints. You was like, look, just do it, man. Yeah. And so, I mean, I definitely understand that. So next question. How do y'all feel about the community as a whole and our place in the entrepreneurial space? Like, how do y'all see it right now, and how do y'all see it going forward?
What I like about today's age is it's really an opportunity for the little man to shine. When you start taking away, if we going with the record industry, independents are able to get you to the level of distribution that a major record label would get. YouTube is able to get yourself and myself the viewership that some of your NBCs and UPNs and all those things used to get, and you don't have it removes the whole you got to filter yourself or dumb yourself down. It's like you can give yourself 100% to whatever. This is who I am. This is what I believe, and this is the content that I want to put out. So when we talk about us as far as our place in it, hey, it's been said, and I feel like it's tried and true. When you are people that are the culture, when you start talking about Instagram, when you have people who can literally shut down all dancing TikToks by saying we not getting no recognition, so we ain't gonna make no dances no more. And then you got the other on the other side, like, okay, what was her name? Megan Thee Stallion, when she make, hands on my knees, shaking to my thought, the song go on. But you understand.
I think I lost y'all.
Did he kick us out? Oh, my bad.
I think we had a little glitch. I think I had lost y'all for a second.
Oh, cool beans, we back. But when you had that situation where we important too. And so when we talking about in the entrepreneurial space, one, with the level of access that we have now as just the everyday person, it's nothing to go get you a camera. It's nothing to go get you some recording equipment. It's nothing to go and set your situation up. You can give the high budget look on a low budget now. Whereas when I was a kid, man, it was, you couldn't move, like, to make these types of moves and as fast as we able to make them, it was impossible. It's just not realistic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like most of the time, if you was on, it's because somebody else is on and they just extended a branch.
They
to
put you on.
They, kick through your rope. Go ahead, come on up. So, but now, it's out the window. If you want to be famous tomorrow, you need to start shooting videos today. If you want to have a Fortune 500 company tomorrow, then you need to figure out what you're finna sell. And it's distribution out there, it's fulfillment centers, everybody. It's ways to do this to where it's, if you a middleman on these days, and I'm not talking about, because Zoom technically is how we communicate, so they the middleman, but they really a platform. But as far as the gatekeepers, all the gatekeepers have been shot, man. It's really they really out of the equation. It's So, and if you want it, you can have it.
Well, for me, like I said, keep it simple and easy for me. I just am a firm believer in how bad do you want it? Because if you want it bad enough, you're going to go get it. I know growing up on certain things, you weren't able to go get it because you didn't know how to go get it. But with YouTube, with the internet, the way things are set up, basically anything you want is at your fingertips. You just got to find your market, how you going to market yourself, and go after it.
Right.
And I think that's one of the best things that happens now. I know sometimes in our culture, we will hold ourselves back. Oh, well, because of this, because of that. Yes, not saying it's not going to be harder for you. Yeah. Certain things are just going to be hard. But with our culture, we know that. Growing up, you knew certain things going to be a little harder for you than other people. So now that you know it, it's like, okay, man, maybe a little harder, but I got to get it done. If I want to make six figures versus working 40 hours a week and only making $25,000 a year, I'm going to have to work hard.
All right.
You ain't just going to get it.
Yes, sir. And going forward, I mean, I feel like we as a community, we in a good space as far as for us to create a lane for ourselves to sustain some generational type of content, some stuff that's going to last forever. And I see, some people making some major moves that's going to like perpetuate us into a different light. And we just got to continue with that momentum. Yeah. So I want to ask y'all this too. let's talk a little bit about fatherhood. You know, how has it impacted y'all life? And has it motivated you to create a generational wealth type of thing to where it can pass it on?
Man, I'll say it like this. As a father, like, if you talk about me before being the father to after, they're two different people. They're nowhere near the same, because before I had children, I was selfish. I thought about myself first. I wanted things for me. Yeah, I'm gonna look out for you, but if it ain't suiting me and what I want, I ain't got time for it. Now, with me having children, like, my perspective on a lot of things has changed. Like, I've learned how to take care of myself for my family, make sure I take care of my family, and, you know, just enjoy this thing called life, because my children are growing up fast. Daddy gonna get old one day, and I don't want to be that dude that's like, man, I wish I could have spent time with my kids.
Right. And we spoke about it not too long ago on one of these podcasts. On the show one day, and it's just a different level of drive. It's, you know, and don't think just because fatherhood plays its part, marriage also plays its part. Because when the weight of the situation is, it's not just me no more. It's somebody else back here, and they looking to me to pull through. You know what I'm saying? So, granted, the kids add an extra layer. It's like you know, that straight line life is like an onion. I'm like an onion. I got many layers. Mm-hmm. When it comes to your drive and all that, your drive have layers. Sometimes you wake up and your soul drive. That's when you a seed. Ain't got much going on. So your whole thing is get as big as I can, as fast as I can for me. Then eventually you sprout a leaf, you know, get you a wife or whatever, you know, and now hold up. I got to make sure that I keep these roots in the ground, because I don't want my leaf to blow away. Yeah. Then that leaf turned to a branch, and now you got a whole bunch of leaves. You like, oh shit, I got to get a real thick root system out of here. I got to start making some moves, because if I'm going to be an organism that sustain all of this, I have to really ground myself and stay focused and really get after it. So that's how it's not. It's more so about the layers you throw onto yourself. Shoot, you could have somebody else's kid be your driving force. Like, hey, I just want to see you in some J's. It's not my kid, but I just want to see you have what I didn't have. I just feel hurt that you don't got it. So, but when you're talking about mine, it's like I said, you know, having your own kids is a more personal experience. You know, love pays. Mm-hmm. So it just kicks you in the overdrive. When you're thinking about self, it's you more so willing to take a loss when it's just you. It's like, okay, because you know, if it comes to the true bounce back, I ain't got as much weight, so I might be a little more buoyant. I might have a little more bounce to me. But when you got a lot of weight, you know, it's different when a tree fall and hit the ground, you know.
yeah. It's silent, but it's a thud, you know.
It's a lot of weight to lift to bring us back. So.
Yes, sir. So what are some things that you guys are learning, or some techniques that y'all are using to pour into yourselves, just as an individual, you know? Patience.
I would say for me it's patience, because I'm a person is like that. J.G. Wentworth is my money and I want it now. Like, I want it now, but I have to realize everything don't come exactly when you want it.
That's not how this works.
It's like, hold up, you gotta have a little patience, a little foresight to see, hey, if you had it right now, what would you really do with it?
Right?
Could you handle it?
Right.
Things of that nature.
With me, I mean, I'm definitely gonna go with that. That's something that, you know, patience is one of them. But also lately I've been, you know, picking up books and stuff like that, and just, you know, refining my skill set when it comes to, you know, what I really do, which is I'm pretty much I draw pictures. I'm an artist, so that skill set. I've been refining that for a long time. But when you take a person like myself, who's really I'm more reserved, I'm not really the life of the party. It's just not what I do. And then you got to go out and you got to make yourself a personality online or wherever it is. And, it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say I had these skill sets to begin with. I did not. I just, I might tell a joke and nobody laugh, back in the day. So I'm like, well, if I'm going to do this for real, I need to, no. So I went out and got me some books on witty banter. Because if you're going to do it for real, do it for real. If you want to be somebody and you want to say, I need to make funny stuff, and make some funny stuff, I got, different books on persuasion and I also got How to Win Every Argument. If you want to, I'm telling you, if you want to do a podcast the way that we do a podcast, How to Win Every Argument is an amazing book for you because you get to go through and it teaches you how to disarm somebody with their conversation, use somebody's conversation against them and all that. And I'm not saying that we're attacking people. Don't. But
let's put that disclaimer out there real quick.
That's not what we're doing. But to have different tools at your disposal, especially when it comes to a skill set that you just not, naturally gifted in, it's better to be the person who learned it than the person who thought he had it and needed it when he and didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I took it. Recognize your weaknesses. For me, I recognized I had a weakness, and I chose to say, "No, that's I got to make that a strength if I'm going to continue down this path." So that's how I see it. So
yes,
patience
sir.
And the ability to analyze self.
Okay, so I know some of my people probably hadn't heard y'all. I know I've had an opportunity to even sit down and be on the show, and I've watched quite a few different shows. Let's take us inside of an episode of Something for the People. Give us kind of like how that process starts until y'all get ready to record, and even during the recording.
Okay, so typically, how it's supposed to work.
We're still fine-tuning.
Still fine-tuning that. But how it's supposed to work, everybody, the three hosts on here, you're responsible for putting in a topic, and it should be here by Tuesday so that we can get it to whomever's going to be on the show by Wednesday. Does that happen all the time? No. But that's what it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So you go out, shooting the breeze is typically more our current, what's going on, what's in the social climate right now, what people are talking about currently. And then the other ones are more things that's either been plaguing us as a community for quite some time or something that you feel strongly about, or, it can be a multitude of reasons as to why you chose your topic. But shooting the breeze, like I said, is a current thing. Your topic is, it can either be personal to you or, personal to the group or personal to the culture, whatever it may be. So you get all that put together. It's unofficial, but because he tends to be the main person bringing people on the show, Jeremy gonna go get some people. And like I said, it's not his job, but he's just exceptional at it.
Yeah.
So he go out, he get the people, we shoot them the topics, that gives them an opportunity to prepare so they know, hey, because a lot of people, they don't want to get on your show and not have something to say,
Yeah.
So you had the information in ample time.
Well, because we never want anybody to be like, oh my, I was just so surprised I didn't have nothing to say and things. Mm-hmm. It's like, I want you to know ahead of time what you're getting into, because we don't want anyone to be caught off guard or to think, oh, well, they tried to set me up. Because what we're trying to do is build and mend issues between our community, between black men and women. Don't get me wrong, this is for anyone, but we have to work on ourselves before we could try working on
most
everything else.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And that's the main thing.
It's like, I'm gonna get back to what's called, but it's when you start talking about everybody got what they want to say about us as a people, as far as our relationships, as far as how we interacted with one another, from man to man, man to woman, whatever it may be, and everybody wants to chime in on what Black people are doing. The issue is they don't want to ask a Black guy, or somebody want to tune into your relationship. Yeah, everybody got they thing that they would do in their relationship. The only issue is you not in this one. So it's like we giving you that viewpoint of, okay, this is what B Hunt would do in that situation, in this relationship. It's not 100% what Jeremy's gonna do. Mm-hmm. And if you don't take nothing else from the show, the main thing you should get is it's a lot of ways to skin this cat, but the primary focus of it is to get the cat skin.
Right.
And that's a major gist. When we're talking about getting back to, the process of getting the show started, people had their stuff, they prepare, come in, you sit down, it looks like a lot of space. It's not really a lot of space, but we do our best to make it look like you sitting somewhere, reputable. And then we just had that conversation. And then,
and with this conversation, it's certain rules that we go by because, like I say, there's always that person that they'll tell you something that sounds good, but it's nothing that they would ever do in their real life. Right. Like they'll tell you, oh man, if you do A, B, and C, C should happen
instantly.
It should just be like that. It's like, hold up. That don't even sound right. Because one of the things we're used to people feeding us this thing and we're trying to eat it and say, oh, this is good for us. But we know it's not good for us. Right. It's like, so what we do here is, because I typically try to get women, because I'm like, if we're mending relationships, it would suck for a whole bunch of men to sit around talking about what women need to do without a woman's actual point of view, right, or vice versa. Because it's like a whole bunch of women telling you about men. How's that going to help you?
It's just like, because, it's easy for people to extract somebody from a conversation. Like, okay, no, we're going to exclude you, but we're going to tell you everything that you need to do. I mean, like, that might work at your 9 to 5 because it don't really take much personality to flip fries. I'm sorry, but it's true. We don't need who you are to do this. We just need you to do this. Whereas in a relationship, your personality, how you were brought up, all these different things that make you dramatically affect your relationship. So anybody trying to pander to you and tell you, oh, no, every man should just buckle down and give you everything you want, or vice versa. Every woman should just get back out of the way and just let you take charge and do whatever you want to do, even if you screwing us over royally. That's not realistic, because my life hangs in the balance just as well as yours, but mine too. And if I don't take the time to focus in and say, no, it ain't gonna work like that. Giving you some resistance ain't telling you that, I'm still respecting the little power struggle and dynamic we got going on. But hey, end of the day, I'm a human being, and I want you to respect me the same way I'm gonna respect you. Just how it is.
Right.
So that's the conversation we really have. And so when that conversation starts, it's not, granted, our names as far as the host is on the show, but in reality, our opinions on it equal. I might say something, Jeremy might say something, the guest might say something. Primary focus is everybody's statement is weighted equally. Somebody can call Jeremy on something, somebody can call me on something, and in that moment you got to back up what you just said. You just said this, and it might sound extremely outlandish.
And we will call each other on stuff because we've had those times where it's like, hold up, bro. What you said right there
just don't fit right.
Nah.
Accountability.
My wife wouldn't even let me say that. So why would I let you get off with saying that?
I can't let you get away with that.
Yeah, so it's good to have that, like, what I'm saying, a group of people that discusses us as a whole. And then also, one thing that I know us as a community, we tend to let people slide with stuff. We don't hold them accountable. Accountability is one of those things that we kind of lack. So, being in this space and being able to, correct or not correct, or be like, hey, I'm saying that wasn't cool, or nah, dog, I don't agree with you on that. And here's my opinion. No one answer is right, but at the same time, the perspective of each individual person should be weighted equally, and that's cool that y'all do that. So one last question or one last statement, and we're gonna wrap this thing up. I'm gonna call this giving something to the people. Okay. So before we close, each one of y'all, what would you give to the people? Comment wise, just to close it out. What's some advice or some comments that y'all would give to the people?
Oh, well, if I'm gonna give you a piece of advice, just off the cuff, without, it would be, you're right. And let me explain it, because you're probably looking like, what do you mean you're right? It's gonna be, no matter what you're trying to do, it's always a naysayer. And if you listen to them, then they right. But if you operating on your frequency, like if you focus in on what you got going, it's a lot of people who told Biggie he wasn't gonna make it. From the teacher, he put it in songs, from the teachers to whoever. It's a lot of people who told Pac he wasn't gonna be great. It's a lot of people who told Wale he wasn't gonna be great. It's people who still tell Wale he not great, which is crazy to me, but it happens.
Right. Yeah.
The primary thing is those who stand out from the rest, they able to push that weight off. Like, no, I'm not gonna let you come jump on my boat and sink it. I'm right. Even if I might not have the right way of going about it right now, but I guarantee you, if I pick a direction and go, I'm gonna get somewhere. I know it's something over there for me. So my advice to the people would be, you're right. If you got it in you and your gut's telling you that you're supposed to reach some height or attain some level in life of stature or whatever, you absolutely right. Don't let nobody stop you from shining as bright as you can. Because the light you emit could be the light that shows somebody else the way. You know what I'm saying? You could be somebody North Star. You just got to make sure you understand. I'm here to shine as bright as I can, because you shining bright helping other people too. So you're right.
Okay, it's gonna be hard to follow behind that one, but I'll say it as, be careful who you surround yourself with.
Right.
Because one of the biggest issues I think people have is listening to the wrong people about things that they really need help on. Like, for example, you wouldn't listen to anyone about becoming a millionaire that had not already seen $1 million or more of success. How you gonna tell me how to get something that you ain't got?
Right.
How you gonna tell me to be something that you're not? Like, I could tell you about good father because I truly believe I'm a good father. But if I was never a good father, I was never around any people that were good fathers, how am I going to tell somebody else how to be that? Right. It's like I could give them opinions. And one of the issues that I feel that we have is we'll have people around us that are more of those yes men or yes women. Like, when I tell people about relationship advice, I have nothing to gain from this. I'm not going to tell you something that's going to mess you up or anything like that. I tell you my opinion. You can either take it or you can leave it. That's on you. But right. There's certain people that's like, oh, well, girl, you shouldn't put up with that. Man, if I was you, bro, I wouldn't do that. And then it's like, you over here super lonely, upset in your feelings. You want somebody to be single with you, or you want someone to do the same thing that you're doing. So you have no issue with talking down or talking about what they're not getting in theirs. So the main thing you have to look at, the people you're around. And I know it sounds corny because I don't like a lot of things he said, but one of the things I agree with Steve Harvey is everybody that come with you can't go with you.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, Nip said it best. Circle got smaller. Everybody can't go. You know, like, I mean, but that's real. Like, I agree with you as far as like, you know, surround yourself by like-minded individuals. You know, if you trying to get into the stock market, get around people that fool with the stock market.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You want to get into this entrepreneurial space, get in some groups, get in some people around some people that's in this entrepreneurial space. You know, if the iron sharpening iron thing, the like-minded individuals pouring information into each other, that's how you grow. And that's how you gravitate towards the success of being there. If you got a bunch of people around you saying, oh, nah, that's not going to work, or you shouldn't do that, why you wasting your time, you ain't going to never go nowhere. And I mean, it's kind of like, you know, misery love company, that whole crab in the bucket mentality, pulling each other down. You know, that's still kind of prevalent out there. But in order to change the climate and the way that you want to go, you definitely want to surround yourself by like-minded individuals. So that, you know, those are some great points that you right. You know, I never looked at it that way. You hit us with some analogies. I ain't even had to give you a situation. You gave it to us anyway, you know? So anybody watching, my boy B Hunt, king of analogies. I've never seen anybody break any of them down like he do. You watch any of the episodes, he gonna hit you with something. You're gonna be like, never thought of that way. King of them. So with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all for taking the time out to come on. Bless the people with some information. My ambitioners out here, you know, trying to get it started. Tell everybody where they can find y'all at.
Oh, well, you got it all.
Lord. Okay, so yeah. This is something for the people. We're basically on everything. If you don't have us, you don't want us. We on Facebook, we on Instagram, we on YouTube, we're on iTunes, we're on we're on Spotify, Stitcher. We're on Podcast Breaker. So basically, anywhere you want to look for us, you can find us. Something, the number 4, DA people. If you can't spell people, come on, man. Come on, we got up our game.
Then if you can't spell people, you really need to find us so we can get you at least that level of education.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And I know my boy mentioned he was an artist, so tell the people where they can find your work at, bro.
Oh, well, if you want to see me as an artist, it's Artcotics. It's ARTCOTIX. Gosh. I might see. That's why I had to go find something for the people to help me spell my site. But
yeah.
Hop on Instagram. All my stuff is there, and you know, you just see me out and about. And shoot,
anybody watching or anybody watching, y'all want to shout out, or anything y'all want to shout out before we close.
Well, as always, I always like to shout out my beautiful wife, you know, love her to death.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm a backdoor because it's hard to follow. If I don't say my beautiful wife, then people gonna be like, "Oh, his wife must be ugly." That's not the case.
You know, running like the chill. You know, she pretty much in the background, so she good. I'm gonna shout out my beautiful wife as well. You know, so in the other room. You know, I got to.
Hey, but that's how us as men should be doing. We shout out our queens. You know, let people know how
important and pivotal she is to our success.
Yes, sir. That's it. Well, again, man, go ahead.
Oh, shouting out my beautiful wife. I want to shout out my cousin. I'm shouting out my mama too. He gonna shout out his mama, I'm sure. And then my cousin Tyler Bailey. He makes like luxury clothing items. Tyler Bailey. Type it in. I'm sure it's probably not the first thing that shows up on your Google, but probably number 3. Just know when you see the little wolf, that's his clothing brand, and it's luxury items, luxury clothes, and you know, it is what it is, handpicked. So he picking out all that stuff. So
okay.
And that's
anything else?
Love you, mom.
Yes, sir. Well, with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all again. Ambitioners or anybody tuning in for the first time, please hit that like and subscribe button. Helps the channel out more than you think. Follow us on all major podcasting sites. Go follow my boys. You know, they gave y'all the information where to go check them out, man. Also, shout out Dane Rich. He couldn't be here, you know, but I know, you know, we're going to do something else again when we're going to get him on, and I appreciate y'all, man. This has been episode 3 For Your Ambition, and we out.
Be easy.